Well, hi once again, ladies and gentlemen. ACCUSTATS Video Productions is proud to welcome all of you to the 2017 ACCUSTATS Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. Thank you. We're coming to you live from here at the Aramis-Simonis Arena, Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, ACCUSTATS home, and the birthplace of the Make It Happen series. 6 of the best players in the world have gathered here once again to compete in the Make It Happen round-robin format, playing 8-ball for the first 4 days of this 2-for-1 event. And at the end of the round-robin, we're going to have the players with the 2 best overall records compete in a 1-match championship playoff. The winner of every match gets $1,000, and that also applies to our championship match. Another $1,000 is at stake. That will be tomorrow night around 9:30. I'd like to also take an opportunity again to mention our 3 great sponsors that have provided us with the best equipment in the business. Diamond Billiard Products with a beautiful Pro-Am table, Simonis with beautiful Tour Blue 860, and of course Aramis to providing us with the best balls in the business. So thank you to those companies for what they've done to help us put these events together. We'd also like to once again recognize all of our terrific ACCUSTATS supporters, both here ringside and those of you watching out there around the country and around the world. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. We sure have. Thanks for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thanks for making it happen. All right, well, it's starting to tighten up a little bit. A lot's going to be said about what goes on here in the next day and a half. Starting out already with a great match, a hill-hill battle we had between Darren and Jason. Now let's get underway with our second afternoon match. This will be match number 10. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a guaranteed lock eventually for the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. Part of his future Hall of Fame career include 2 Derby City World All-Around Master of the Table Championships, and he is a 3-time U.S. Open 10-ball champion as well. He's sponsored by the USA Pool League and by Q-Tech. Please welcome the South Dakota Kid, Shane Van Boening. His opponent. Right now, he is the only player yet to taste defeat here in the Make It Happen series. He's played twice. He's won them both from Trinity, Florida. This gentleman's accomplishments include the All-Japan Open, and he's also a former Derby City one-pocket champion. He's sponsored by Miyuchi and the School of Pool, arguably one of the most creative players we've ever seen. Would you kindly welcome the Prince of Pool, it's Corey Deuel. Thank you so much. Here we go, race to 10, rack your own format, and our official timekeeper is Miss Julie Ha. I'd now like to turn it over to our commentary team with our host, Double J, Jeremy Jones, and Hall of Famer, Danny Diliberto. Take it away, guys.
Well, thanks again, Kenny, and welcome again, everyone, to the 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. We're here in Edison, New Jersey. I'm Jeremy Jones with ACCUSTATS Video Productions, joined by Hall of Famer Danny Diliberto. Well, any predictions to start off here, Danny?
Well, I'd just like to say that it's a very important match for both of them. For Corey, he can win the tournament with it, and Shane is eliminated if he loses this one.
Yeah, and both these guys, yeah, we can't say he's eliminated like he won't play, but he won't be making it to the playoff final, that's for sure.
No, he'll be just shooting for that $1,000 a match.
That's right, and plenty of pride, which all these guys carry from tournament to tournament and day to day playing this great game. We'll look, Corey being 2-0, we'll look at both of his wins, with Corey winning the first match of this event over Dennis Arculio with a 10-6 victory, and then going on in his second match defeating Jason Shaw in day 2 by 10-7. Now, a little different path here for Shane. Shane with a 1-2 record. He opened up with a defeat against, with a loss against Darren Appleton at 10-7. And he came back and ended up losing to Dennis Arculio 10-9, but then really bounced back and beat the young Joshua Filler last night in what was a crucial match for Shane with a 10-6 victory. And as Danny had talked about, for Shane to keep his hopes to get to the finals of this event, he's got to win here. And on the other hand, Corey can not totally seal his fate into the finals, but a 3-0 start, you would have to figure just 1 out of 2 victories in the last 2 matches would get him in that final.
Well, I've been saying that he is playing the best 8-ball of anybody.
Yeah, and he's made just one solid here, so he's got to come with one. And to open the match coming with one off this end rail, that's not easy, Danny. A little thick hit.
He chunked it.
Yeah, he chunked it. Well, I'm really surprised from that distance he was trying to hold the cue ball rather than just naturally go to the rail and back out. Kind of let his stroke out a little more. Shane's going to go to immediately looking at this 14-12 to see if it's playable. Okay, this is
I don't think it is.
Yeah, this is funny now. He's going to have to hit this quite hard to keep from a lot of throw happening, and we're going to see a lot of movement of a lot of different balls.
Throwing the wrong way there, Jeremy.
Yeah, I kind of agree. So
he's going into the rail.
Oh, great shot. Great shot.
He
and
didn't
repositioning.
hit it real hard.
No, but he repositioned what looked like was going to be great. Now has really hemmed him up. Doesn't have a shot at anything that I think he's a favorite to make, Danny.
No. Not at all.
The 10 off the 9, maybe? That's about it. The 10 off the 9, I don't think he can really do anything else.
I don't think he can do that.
Well, it's close. I'll tell you
he'd
what.
have to just brush the 9, and it's going to be a lot of accuracy to do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing he can do with this shot, though, is he can shoot this. He's got to cut it. So go ahead and go all the way up and get shape on the 11 if you make it. And he's going to leave a tester for Corey if he misses. You know what I mean? Leave him long and down on that end rail. He's going to have a shot, but at least he's going to have to come with one.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, great shot.
That looked easy, but it wasn't, folks.
No, and that's what the great players do in all sports. They make the routine, or they make the tough look routine. You still got some work, though. You'll notice that 14, it goes in the side, but you really need to be close to it to really feel like you're going to be accurate.
Oh, that's an extreme angle.
Yeah, but with the 11 there, I might look to see, hey, can I kill this ball with a little high right and come up towards that 14? And that really would do a lot as far as getting shape on the 13 as well. So, okay, he wasn't in love with it.
No, you can't shoot that inside.
Well, he's still okay. He'll end up probably playing the 14 last here, coming across and probably maybe contacting the 6 just a little bit to hold position. Hit that thick, though.
And missed it.
Yeah. And really a rare miss on a pretty open shot there. And now Corey's going to look right at trying to make this 4 behind the 13. The reason being is he knows he has to do it anyways, most likely, but he's sitting perfect, where he can draw the ball back out and have the 2, 6, or 5.
Good shot.
Yeah, great shot. And he'll try and address that 6 ball just as quick as he can. He's got a couple options, though. With the 1 ball being there, he can just knock the 2 in, draw his cue ball back a couple inches. Play to use the 1 to play on the right side of the 6. And then,
the 1 will get him to the 6.
And then really no problems. The 6, the 5, the 7 last because it's near the 8. As great as that 10 off the 9 was, that miss there on the 9 by Shane will really knock the wind out of you a little bit. I'm not so sure he has.
Well, it's the 4th day, and the pockets are a little bit tighter.
Absolutely.
It's raining out, so it's wet.
I'm really surprised he went to that right there, but that's okay. I thought he might save that one for the last, going ahead and playing the 1 and then the 6, 5, and then coming up for the 7 and then the 8. But really can't question anything that Corey's been doing. Now he's got to draw the ball back, though, to get the angle on the 1.
Well, he's got the angle on the 1 to get to the 6.
But there's a lot, not only the rain and the table wearing in a little bit, there's a lot of pressure on every match, and especially this match for Shane. You know, every match Shane plays now, he's on the brink of elimination when it comes to getting to the final. Okay, and Corey Deuel with a miss on the 1 ball to open this rack. It wasn't an easy shot, but now...
Watch yourself with that ball. It's fouling anything. If your shirt brushes that ball, it's a foul.
Yeah, we're playing all ball fouls is what Danny's talking about. Just if it's your turn at the table and any object ball moves, it's a foul. It doesn't matter how it happens.
Well, if the wind blows it, it's not a foul.
Well, no.
And the wind doesn't figure to come up in the room here.
No, but it doesn't matter. Any kind of type of accident that moves any ball. I've seen crazy things happen. Dropping the chalk. Okay, we're going to get another look at this kiss shot before Shane breaks the balls here. What a great shot on the 10. He didn't have much room to get to it either. You'll notice the 4.
Great shot.
Yeah. And Shane struggled with the break on day 1, but ever since then, he's been pretty successful. And there's nothing wrong with the stripes. I believe the 8 passes the 5 and 2, and I don't think the 3's in the way from what I can see. He's got to work on that 11, so he really needs to remove the 9 and then still fall on position on the 11. He may use the 9 to get to the 11. That's got to be the concern for the most part, I would think. Okay, he can just roll this in with the bridge and go right into the full side of the 1, holding position for what that would be the 14, I think. He doesn't have to draw the ball. He can just ease this in, catching a little bit of a collision on the 1. He got a little thin on the 14, so he's going to look around.
No, shoot the ball down the corner, 13. That'll get you to the 14, good.
He's going to have to use some touch, I think, later on in the rack, getting from the 9 to the 11, probably spinning the cue ball in between the 11 and 5. All right, he's floating this in the side now. Trying to get reasonably full on the 9. Not told. Oh.
Well, that's not the Shane we're used to seeing. He's already missed 2 balls, and it's only the 2nd game.
Yeah, and the 13, as easy as he had to hit it, it becomes a little missable, but still, it's like I gotta believe it's still about 90 out of 100 he makes that or more. But the 9 in the first rack was really an unexpected miss. I think they all are from these guys.
Right. The 13, I like shooting it in the corner. Well, I'll tell you why Corey is undefeated. He's been taking advantage of things like that. You get a Shane missing the ball, you better run out.
Yeah, if you could look back at his matches, just as Danny just alluded to, there hasn't been any, I don't think, return misses in situations like this for Corey. Okay, he's not worried about the 4 and 6 too much. He's going to get at him now, but he wants to open up that side pocket for the 3, I believe, and I think it is available.
Yeah. And he can get to it with the 2.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference if the 5 passes the 9. And there is areas to play the 5 in the lower left, but with the 2 being there, he'd love to have the 5 past the 9. That would be great.
I think it does.
That just makes things a lot easier. Now he can play for the gap right here in between the 11-8 just because it's so easy. He can play for just a little gap. Just draw the cue ball out about 3 inches and make sure you're off the rail. Yeah, and play for that gap right now. Now he needs to make a clear-cut decision. I think he's just going right to the 2, and then going to use the 2 to get on the 3. Oh, well.
Well, he's got the 3, but it's a little trickier.
Well, the sideboards. He's got sideboards, so that helps a lot. He knows really the only way he can miss this ball is to overcut it. Really, if he plays to the full side of the pocket with the 13 being there, it'd be hard luck not to get this one down.
Didn't even need the 13. Perfect angle now to go to the 8.
And he'll go around the 11. He won't flirt going in between.
Yeah.
You know, Corey's been playing very steady for a long time and played great, won a lot of events. I think he had a little bit of a lull there a couple years ago, but now in the last year and a half, he's had a lot of great results. Again, not always winning, but it's hard. People don't realize there's only one person that can win the tournaments.
That's right. But you got to be prepared to be a tough opponent.
Right.
You know, you might not win the tournament, but you got to give everybody a good shot.
And now out to a 2-0 lead. Just what Shane was trying to avoid.
He's missed a few balls this match.
Yeah, in 2 games he's had 2 misses, which is...
he's not happy about it.
No, not at all. Last night he started off the match just incredibly, getting a 4-0 lead, then fumbled a couple times to let Filler back in the match, and then from there, though, played an exceptional pull to get that first victory.
You know, it's all funny, but when you've been a champion like Shane and you have a bad match, you think the people think you can't play anymore. It's all psychological.
Sure. And there's nothing wrong with taking something personal. I mean, that's taking it personal, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the best do, believe it or not. And Danny had talked about the first couple of days. One of the most impressive things about Shane is just from one tournament to the next, he just stays competitive.
That's right.
He keeps
10 years now.
Yeah, he keeps the fire going. And I think that has a lot to do with our incredible game as well. As like Danny talked about, the balls never sit the same. You're still constantly learning till the last day you play.
And it has a little bit to do with paying the bills.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, he's gotten a solid down. He's looking to see if the 5 goes because he wants to get at that 2 ball. You'll notice the 3 goes. If he gets below the 3, he could take care of the 5 and the 2 just with a running ball opening the balls up, but he wants to have a more guarantee.
Yeah, he doesn't have it right now. It's too straight. If he could make the 5, needs a little angle.
Yeah. He'd do a lot to get below this 3, though, before he picks too many of them off. He can open the 5 and the 2 doing so. If he gets to the right side of that 3, you'll notice the natural angle will go right up into the 5 and 9 and should go up into the 2 ball as well. He could have, if he'd have gone a little further there, that would have been great. If he could have gotten straight in the corner where he could follow down on the 1. The reason being, he wants to leave the 7 there when he breaks the balls. He wants to have the 7.
That's his insurance ball.
That's the one that Danny always alludes about, insurance, and that's the key, especially playing 8-ball. You will also see that same type of theory coming up starting Wednesday with the straight pool. Hey, he's queuing down on this ball. I'm not sure what he's trying to get at next at all. Okay, he's going to shoot the 7, I guess. 5 must go, huh, Danny?
I think it does. I mean, I don't know if he can improve on it shooting the 7, but he could shoot the 5 right now. And the 7 will be his insurance ball.
Is he ripping this going back into the balls, or is
I
he
think
trying to
he
get
is.
across?
I don't like it, but he's doing it.
No, he's trying to get on the 3.
Well, he did.
And he got a little thinner than he really wanted. Not only just to make the ball, but you're going to have more cue ball movement, more speed on the cue ball, which is going to hit the 5 and 2 a little harder than he probably wanted. Oh, he's looking at the 5 in the side?
Yeah, he's got a half a pocket, but he's got that.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering what that really does for opening the balls, because you're not wanting to fire a ball into the side pocket, especially when you don't have the entire pocket to
Well,
work
if
with.
he rolls it in, he'll at least have the 3, and he's going to open the 2 a little.
Well, I'm just really curious. Is he definitely going to get to the 3? Or is the
Oh,
cue
I
ball going to
think
hit
so.
the top of the 3 and knock the 3 to the bottom
No,
rail?
I think he'll go right into the 9.
Okay, if he can beat hitting much of the 3, that would be great. If he catches it, though.
Oh, I wouldn't have shot it that hard.
Yeah, now he's in trouble. Now he's going to have to produce on the 2.
Well, the 2 goes up the far corner.
Yeah. It also cross-side banks.
Well, I don't think he wants to bank one right now.
No, he doesn't, but this is a tough shot up in the corner, and you'll notice he's catching the side of the 14, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to come one rail right into that 13, holding his ball for a bank on the 2, or maybe just killing his ball for the bank on the 2. Oh, he's playing inside. Oh, nice shot. I didn't know he could get enough of that ball.
Beautiful. Now he's got the angle to go to the 8.
I think he does. 8 doesn't go in the side by the 15. It
Goes
doesn't
in
go
the
by the
corner.
11. I don't think it goes by the 11, so he's going to have to get on the other side of the table for this shot on the 8.
Oh, he's going to be good here. He's got it.
Could have ran that cue ball a little more than that, though, Danny.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll miss this. It's not a long shot.
No.
He can see it good.
He's got no problems with the cue ball scratching or anything, so just a matter of knocking this one in, and he did.
Well, Corey is playing great for a few days. He's consistent. He's taking advantage of opportunities. And that puts pressure on your opponent. Because you
Yeah.
know if you do something wrong, Corey's going to beat you.
Yeah, I think Shane knows that. He needs to not make any more mistakes, even though it's only 3-0. I think his mentality is no more mistakes, and he knows he's going to need a little help, whether that be from Corey or the pool gods a little bit, meaning maybe
Are there
the
pool gods?
well, if they're pool devils and demons, there's got to be gods, right? So
I'm not sure.
that's close. It's a close call.
Yep.
Okay. He certainly sorted out the break issues that he had in day 1. Just a matter of now shoring up a few misses here and there. Does he have enough? Oh, yeah, he's got the 11 in the corner. And it's amazing to me, sometimes you make one ball and, you're forced to take that group, and there's 6 of them on the table, and you don't end up with a shot sometimes. Here he did end up with a shot on the 11. He's going to want to get in a little angle on the 9 where he can rub the 14. Not sure he got there.
No, he didn't yet.
Now, it looks like he has a path with a high ball to take care of it now, going right in between the 10-7 and then coasting up. He's not going to mess with it. He's going to try and just play clean position to break him out. And again, like we talked about in day 1, the speed of the table was really the struggles at the beginning of this invitational.
Yeah, he undershot that.
Yeah. And he knows if he cuts this 9, he's catching the bottom half of this 14. He does not want to fall to this in rail, or maybe even coast over
and the
behind
ball
the
is
2. Or whatever.
missable also.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. He doesn't want to fall down here by this 2 ball and end up with not a shot.
Well, he got through it. There's no more problems.
Well, I don't know.
10 is thin hit, though.
Yeah, this is tough. Everything's tough from right here. He's going to have a lot of speed on the cue ball. So he may have to play for a little fortune here on this 10, not so much cutting it in. I think he'll make it.
He's going right at the 8.
And that's what I'm saying.
Pass.
He might have wanted a collision right there to slow the cue ball down. Now he's got to come with either the 14 or the 15.
Neither one of them is a gimme.
No, but a lot of people always consider Shaney wins just because of his break, and I think they're foolish. Coming with the tough shot, he's one of the best. Great shot.
Didn't roll off. What are you doing, cue ball?
Not giving him much reward. Yeah, he's got a thin back cut on the 14. He's not going to take a whole lot of time, knowing that's just about all he's got. This one now, he won't hit 100 miles an hour. He hit it with a little speed. Great shot.
That was.
Two varying styles here between Shane Van Boening and Corey Deuel, but nevertheless, I think he's going to make this 8 and get on the board like he desperately needed. Well, he rolled it. Wow. Really surprised being elevated there. He rolled it.
He's got a little grin on his face. I don't know what that means.
Well, he's a little frustrated knocking the ball up and down the table there. You can see in his face that he knows very well it could be 3-1 him with the opportunities.
When they feel like they're not playing good, they look at the ceiling. Is there something on the ceiling that helps you?
That's the pool gods I was talking about, Danny. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeremy Jones, joined here by Hall of Famer Danny Diliberto. We're at the 11th Make It Happen, that being the 2017 8-Ball Invitational. We're here in Edison, New Jersey. It's a race to 10, alternate the break.
The 4th day and the 10th match.
Third day, and the 10th.
It's the third?
Third day, yep. And we got day 4 is going to end it for us tomorrow, but okay, and here's the unique second ball break that now Darren used it in his last match, but Corey's had a lot of success.
But not this time.
No, he caught that one much thinner than he had been. But I think also this is the protection that Corey's talking about, that even though they're fairly open, there's there's some problems out there, no matter if you take the stripes or the solids. But he really doesn't have much of an opening shot other than the 9. He's got a 3-ball on the side that's tough.
Well, unless the solids are a lot better, you wouldn't want to mess with the 3.
Yeah, I think they're both fairly equal, especially considering the 2 and the 11 are tied up over on that side rail. Other than the starting shot on the stripe, which is much better and much easier.
Yeah, I got to shoot the 9. He missed the shot like this so far in this match. This is a trick shot.
Well, the thing is, what's he really get shape on? If he draws
shoot the 9 and go from there.
He's trying to just subtly go right in between the 13-8, I think. Okay, he got
Good
to the
shot.
5.
He's still got the 2 to deal with.
Yeah, and as far as breaking that 211, I kind of like the stripes a little better as far as getting at that 211, but certainly still doable. He needs to figure out that problem now, though, and that doesn't mean he has to break now, but he really needs to figure out how he's going to get at it now.
Yeah, you can't go at it with the 5 because the 10 is in the way.
Yeah, and without gaining position on the 2, you're not necessarily going to get another shot. So, is he going to come across now? If he didn't get elevated, there was a good chance he was going to come across now and break. I'm not in love with that angle coming across.
Well, he's got interference with his bridge now.
Right. Just because there's not that insurance ball that we've talked about so much. But sometimes you have to play without the insurance ball.
Yeah,
know.
a little gamble.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes ahead and attacks now. He doesn't want to hit the bottom of the 2 and fall to the end rail, though. Okay. And you got just a funny angle, right?
No, I think he can go 1 rail off the 1 into the 2.
Is he looking as the 2 playable? I didn't think the 2 was playable at all.
I don't think so either, but if it is, you're not doing much off it.
And if he comes to the bottom rail to the back of the 2, that may be all he has as far as breaking it open, but getting a guaranteed shot, that's tough.
Well, he doesn't like that.
Oh, I see can he go in between these balls right here and get for an angle on the 4 to draw into the 2? 4 on the side I'm talking about?
Well, he didn't get to the 4. Maybe the 2 does go.
No. I don't think so. Now he's might be a dead man. Meaning he's got the 4 in the upper left, but not only is it a tough shot, what's the future in the rack?
Yeah, I like going into the 2, 1 rail off the 1.
Yeah, definitely. Theoretically, you didn't want to wait this long. You don't want to wait this long to get the break shot.
Yeah, but he got in a bad spot. Now he's looking at the 2 again.
He's looking at trying to really put a lot of left on this and try to throw this 2 ball in. This is going to be one to watch for Kenny Schumann. He's just going to have to, he kind of painted himself in a corner. He's going to have to paint himself right out of it. He's going to have to knock this 4 in and gain some type of angle on the 1 in one of those side pockets to try and break on the 2. And not only that, if you break on your last ball, you're going to have to gain position on the 2 when you break it as well. So these players are the best in the world at recovery, that's for sure. That's what makes them so exciting to watch. When they do get out of line, they can come with it.
Good
Wow.
hit.
How good was that?
Now he's got the 1 again, the same angle. He can go 1 rail at the 2.
Well, he's got to
But
hit
then
that with
he's-
a lot of speed. Yeah, I would have tried to play a little thinner on the 1. That way I guarantee I can go into that end rail and create whatever angle I need with English to go into the 2. But here again, he's not only going to have to break it, he's going to have to get a shot on the 2.
Like you said, no insurance.
Oh, it goes. He must feel like it goes.
Oh, if it goes, the 8 is right there.
Yeah, but if he has to ease this ball in,
Well,
with
Kenny
spin,
has to watch this.
if he
If
has
he
to ease it
brushes
in,
that ball,
is he
it
gonna get
doesn't
snookered?
count.
that's what I was worried about. The
He's
snooker.
snookered.
It double kissed the 11 and made the 11 just stand there. You may see a trick shot with the Masse here.
That's what I thought when shooting that ball without an insurance ball, this could happen.
Yeah. He's going to try and wrap the corner around the 15, but on this new felt, this is hard to make come short, right?
I think so.
I might kick with English to the end rail and make it curve around the 11. Wow.
Oh, good hit.
Good try. I don't think he's going to get a rail, though. That's ball in hand.
Yeah, because no rail after contact.
Yeah. He got in behind it, and then you'll notice the 8 caught the 9, slowed it down, and he did not get a rail.
Well, folks, once again, when you got ball in hand, shoot the ball that's going to be toughest to get to. In this case, it would be the 11.
Yeah, he'll
Or
take
the 9,
yeah,
because of the 8.
That's right, and then he'll get to that 11 ball. Maybe not on the next shot, but pretty quick. Whether that be here, or if he'll shoot the 9 and then the 13 and come across for the 11. One of the two.
He's going to shoot the 11 right now, I believe. I might not believe it long. I think you got to shoot the 11. But this is the stuff Corey's been doing, taking advantage of mistakes.
Yeah, he's done a lot of that, and he's really created, when he's had tough situations for himself to deal with, he's really created doing that as well. But certainly he hasn't fumbled behind a fumble by his opponent.
No, he's taking advantage of opportunities. That's how you win tournaments. Yeah, good shot.
And Corey's always been a player that I thought was one of the better position players. Really knows the cue ball really well. Really knows the pool table just really well. Got a great feel for things. And he's not worried about leaving the 13 because the 8 is so accessible. So he'll knock the 13 away and come down and play with the 2 next to each other, and then have the 8 somewhat laying over the hole.
Yeah, no problem here.
Yeah, to win this 5th game and take a 4-1 lead. Huge. He'll just ease this in with a little right English.
Yeah, even though the 8 is near the pocket, you want to get close to it.
Well, he decided to chip
That's
it in.
pretty close to it.
Shane, I would consider that a little bit of a bad roll, getting that double kiss and holding up behind the 11. But anytime you leave your what looks like your problem till the end, funny things happen. Okay, we're gonna try. Can we get a look at the 2-rail kick on the 8? He's going 2 rails, catching the 3rd rail just right before the 8. Just wasn't much from being perfect, Danny, believe it or not.
He hit it pretty good.
Back 6, Shane breaks, 4-1.
Well, he took out a little aggression on that one.
Tables open, 1 of each.
That's the ideal situation in the format we're playing. If you're just joining us, we're playing professional 8-ball. The rules take what you make. So here, making 1 of each, really just ideal. We're playing with a 45-second shot clock. It's a race to 10 to alternate the break. The 8 does count on the break, which I do like. Add some excitement. We almost had 1 hill in the last match. The 8 almost tickled right in the side.
Shane made it on the break.
Yeah, Shane yesterday made the 8 on the break, so that's been our only 8 on the break so far. He's going to shoot this 2-3 combination. And both the stripes and solids were very doable, but just his opening shot was so much easier on the solids than it was the stripes. And when he peels the 6 off here in a little bit, that'll open up the 8-ball.
Yeah. 6 is the only little problem, but I don't think it'll be a problem.
And I like him shooting the 1 and the 2 and trying to drop on the 6 after that. I mean, he could drop on the 7 to get on the 6, but that's not much easier than just getting on the 6 itself. With the 11 being there, I'm saying. If the 11 wasn't there, real easy to drop on the 7 and then get to the 6. But the 11's the one that's kind of keeping him very concerned, right, Danny? That's a big ball cutting you off from the 6.
Right. Yeah, you'd like to have the cue ball right where the 11 is.
Yeah, exactly. So coming down the table, he's going to be very concerned. But go ahead and try and get good on it because you have the 5 there.
Yeah,
So there's
this is what we were talking about, that you not only play insurance balls when you're playing a combination, but when it's tricky position, you do that too.
And he's overran there just a little bit.
He has.
And when I say overran, that's just because he was solely trying, not solely, but he wanted to get on the 6 right then. So he's going to use the rail to just go 1 rail out below the 15, up for the 6 ball. Great recovery there. He's still pretty thin, though.
Thin. You don't want to hit anything when you cut this in.
No, but he may have to use the 8 here to slow the cue ball down, Danny. You'll notice that side of the table, the 7, once he moves the 8, he'll have all the pockets available for the 7. So,
but
yeah, that's what
he did that, but what happened?
He hit it a little thick, and there was a little chance on making the 8 cross the side, but I think that still was the correct play from where he was at. And it hasn't been so much decisions for Shane today. It's just been some misses.
Well, here comes Corey again. Take advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, you can see on your monitor Corey Deuel 2-0. So if he can win this match here, he's got to feel like all I have to do is win 1 out of the next 2 to get to this final. He'll knock this in and bump the 14 a little bit.
Oh boy. He would have liked to make the 6.
Still in a pretty good position overall, though.
Well, I'd rather be shooting, but still, it would have been nice if the 6 went in.
Yeah, but Corey's not going to get in a hurry. Corey's going to realize I don't have to run out to get the win right here. So the main thing is don't take any stupid chances. Like he can knock the 14 into the 6 and call the 14 if he wants or whatever, but make a ball and make another ball and then bury him behind the 10, right, Danny?
Right.
He's calling the 10. I'm not sure that's the shot I would shoot with.
I don't think it is.
With a 4-1 lead, I think I'm knocking the 13 in and then probably burying him. I don't mind Shane shooting again.
Shot.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he thinks he can go to the end rail and not leave Shane a shot anyways if he misses. But what if he makes the 10 and, I guess the 14 might be hanging still. But, yeah, I like him doing this unless he feels like he's going to scratch or something. But I like him shooting the 13 in and then probably eventually having to play safe. But that's okay. I mean, these great players, they think aggressively, so they're not looking to play safe, but sometimes that's what it calls for, Danny. I think he'll shoot the 11 in, just try to get a little closer. He could go into these balls, but now he's taking some chance. So I think he'll just knock this in, pull to the side rail, and eventually play that safety I was talking about. I mean, he could try to make this ball, but I just don't think there's any reason to take this chance. Now you're taking a little bit of a chance letting Shane back to the table. He could make some crazy kick shot. He's still going to call the 10.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't think it's necessary, right?
Not at all. Plus, you don't have to make it.
Yeah, diamond tables, the deep shelves, and they're not very big. So if he gets a little double kiss with the 6 here, the 6 will go in, but the 10 could definitely stand up.
If he clips the 14, it might not turn out too well. Oh, he did it, though.
Yeah, great shot. Did he get snookered?
Yep.
He got snookered on everything.
You're right.
Wow.
I didn't like that shot anyway.
Wowzer. Didn't expect that, though. Now what do you do, Danny?
I don't know. You can't kick the 14 in. You're not going to get position on the 15.
Yeah, he could kick long rail. He could kick long rail at this 14 with some speed and hope to get out for a position on the 15 if he makes it. Maybe short side, maybe above it. But really,
He's kicking at it, but he's not going to have a shot on the 15.
well, if he catches that second rail first and he hits it hard with some speed, he could.
Well, he didn't hit it with speed.
No. Might have been the best thing for him that ball stood up. I know it gives Shane a chance to make 2 great shots and steal a victory from Corey, but Corey would have been hard-pressed to play safe on the 15 from there. I know that. This might have been the toughest shot he could ever leave Shane, considering the rest of this rack. Talk about motivation if you're Shane, though, after making a few mistakes. This is the type they thrive on. Let me knock this one in and remind Corey Deuel that I'm still in the match. Wow, what a hit. What a hit.
Great.
Nothing but net, too. Never rubbed the rail going in. Still got to pay full attention to this 8-ball. It's long and it's a little off angle. Little heavy.
Yeah, he lost the game when he shot that 10.
Yeah, and you would have to figure a little unfortunate to go up and get dead snookered by both, but I just don't think it was necessary. And like Danny had talked about, he didn't. The 10 wasn't definitely always going in. You know, it's one thing if the 10's definitely always going, no worries. But the way that 6 sat and the angle the 10 was coming in at, it didn't have to go.
He didn't clip the 14, or it wouldn't have gone.
As much of I think a little bit of a mental error by Corey, though. You really have to tip your hat to Shane after making some mistakes, coming with that 7-ball off the end rail. Yeah.
Great shot. But we've seen him do that over and over for years.
Yeah, talked about it last game, or 2 games ago, that a lot of guys say, oh, it's just his break. It's just his break that beats him. It's just his break that makes him 5-time U.S. Open champion. Well, you're a fool if that's what you think, in my opinion.
Right. He knows pool, guys.
Yeah, he knows pool, and he can come with the shot. Okay. And that's one thing this second ball break is really he's made multiple balls a lot of times. You know, yesterday he made 2 stripes and 2 solids once, or maybe twice. He made a lot of times made a stripe and a solid, which is like ideal.
Well, he just made 2 solids.
Yeah, and really, he doesn't have any problems again, right, Danny?
I think he should get out.
Yeah, if he just makes sure he gets away on this shot, meaning if he gains position on whether that being the 2-1, I'm not sure he can really gain position on the 7 so great, and the 5's a little risky, but just shoot this and come right across the spot with the cue ball, I think is just ideal. Oh, he's killing it. He's killing it. And this is what I was worried about, falling short on something. That's why I think I would have run up into the center of the table a little more.
Did fall short, for sure.
Yeah, it didn't have to get on the 7 right then. You'll notice the 7 goes to both pockets. I think up across the spot, or having options on the 2 and 1.
Well, you're going to shoot the 2 in the side now?
Or the 1 in the corner. I guess the 2 in the side. And I like that. I like it. He's not.
If you don't miss.
Well, if you don't miss, but you're not disturbing things. If he can just make one good shot, he should gain position. He overcut it. He overcut it. A little bit of a short stroke. And kind of twirled his ball a little too much. And really surprised that Corey killed his ball on that 3-ball, trying to just coast into a small position on either the 5 or the 7. Okay, if he got full enough on this, he could hit this with an inside ball and go down and bump the 13. It's not necessary.
Oh, he could do it. I think he could spin forward and bump it softly.
But with the 12 and 15 there, I think he has no problem bumping and having insurance. Like he can just coast down to one of them balls and then maybe break on the next one.
Well, he hit it, but it didn't help.
And that's what I was a little worried about also. Say that cue ball creeps over a little more. He doesn't have this cut shot on the 15, and now it's going to be harder to break.
Well, he could shoot the 15, go into him. His insurance ball is the 12.
Yeah, but now is it going to open up enough, Danny? These two could lay together. Like if you hit him, and he did well, but that's what I'm saying. I wasn't so sure it was going to open completely. When you have that separation on the two, you figure them to open. But now when they're grouped together a little bit, you never know.
No, he's fine now.
Watch out now. Watch out for the speed on the cue ball. That's going to be too much. Oof.
Perfect.
Never a doubt.
Is he corner hook?
No, he's not corner hook.
Okay, well then he's going to have the 10, 13, and 8.
And really, just as we started this match with a couple really unforced errors by Shane, now a couple of unforced errors by Corey, snookering himself last game when he really had way the best of it, and then also now getting thin on that 2 ball and having to make a what looked like a really tough shot and missing it. So,
Well, Corey, that might be the only 2 mistakes he's made so far in this tournament.
well, from what I remember, it's definitely the only 2 that I would really credit as a mistake. There's been a little bit of little misfortune at times. He's just got to go back and forth and take the 8 up in the corner. Oh, that's what I say. Why you take that chance
He
there?
got snookered.
Why you take that chance, though? I like coming
don't
back and
either. I don't
forth and
know
staying
why.
clear of everything.
Could he hit the 8 and shoot it in the corner?
Well, I don't know about that, Danny, but Shane needs to realize how great he is. If he just keeps it simple, comes back across, he's not missing the 8 in the corner. Now, he's going to shoot it in the corner anyways, but now it's much tougher than it should have been.
Yeah, now it becomes missable, and you're betting the game on this.
He overcut it, it looks like.
Yes, he did.
Oh, using every bit of the pocket there. Yeah, I'd like to see Shane just change his thought process in certain situations. Just let me make sure I get to that clean look. Even if it's a little more distance, even if it's a little tougher shot, you don't expect him to miss.
Well, Corey has to forget some of his innings now.
Really surprised again, though, that Shane tried to shoot that with outside and float into that small position on the 8. I know it makes the 8 a lot easier, but I think it was a tougher way to not only pocket the ball, you took some risks there, some chance.
He did. But again, that's a form of dogging it.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in day 3 here of our 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. This is our second match of the afternoon with Jason Shaw defeating Darren Appleton in the opening round. If you should join us for the evening session. That'll be Dennis Oculio versus Jason Shaw, and then at 9:30, Corey Deuel, that's playing right here, will be back at 9:30 to play Joshua Filler. And Shane's he's broke the balls great, so wouldn't change anything about that if I'm him.
Oh, they broke open pretty well.
And he's made one of each. I wouldn't be too upset about anything about that. When you make one of each, that's just ideal. Not sure the 8 goes by the 11. I think if he chose stripes, he can get at the 11 later on. There are some issues with the stripes, though. You'll notice the 10 doesn't really have a pocket. The 13's on the side rail that doesn't go by the 5. So
And you have tough shots to start with if you take the stripes.
Right, you're elevated either on the 14 or a long 9 ball. So he's just got to figure out how to open the 8. That's basically it. He's got a 6 ball there that'll help later on to open the 8. If he can knock the 5 away, knock away either the 3 or the 7, well, he can get above the 6 and go to the back rail and go into the 8, you want to leave either the 3 or 7 there to do so for insurance. I think that's kind of the route I'm looking at, something like that. What do you think, Danny? If he can get on the 3-7 somehow to break, that would be different.
I'm not going to second guess Shane. He's done so much, in the last 10 years. He's overcome a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, I remember the first time I put my eyes on Shane was in Reno, and I saw a lot of talent there at a young age. A big stroke, a lot of power.
But what I noticed over the years is he hits the cue ball real well.
Yeah, like where he wants to.
Right, that's the trick. Well, is he on his second? I think he
We're going
is.
to get why he's trying to figure out what's going on. We're going to get a nice look at this 8-ball and just show you how tight it was going by that 9.
And at first it looked like he overcut it.
Yeah, he got every bit of the pocket there. Probably, excuse me, and probably will end up being a crucial shot for him to continue on trying to get in the playoff here. This is what I was talking about. He can either try to play position on the 3 or the 7 somehow to break. Just the angle's not very natural on the 3 or 7 to try and break with one of those. He could shoot on the 6 though and break. He's going to go ahead and get these 2 down here that are kind of by themselves, and then work through the rack with the 6, 7, 3 being last.
Good shot.
Okay, there is an angle on the 7 where you can fall and go to the rail and bump the 8 out a little bit and have the 3 laying there, but it's a small angle. There's not much room for error. There's not like 3 or 4 different ways you can get at it that way.
You're right.
But he's gotten nice on the 1 to where he can pull right where he's standing, come across right where his hand's at right now, and then go towards the 7. May offer the position he needs. Well, that's going to be a little long, I think, and that's going to be behind the 10.
He snookered.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead, and that's why I think I would have removed one of the 3 or 7 earlier, because if I have to use the 6 to break, he could break and not get a shot.
Exactly. But I think right now you got to go into the 8 with the 6 right now.
I think that's the play, and he's going to have to do it with a little lighter speed this time, I think, than he would have earlier.
It's got a little air of gambling. You don't have to get a shot hitting the 8.
Okay, he did pretty well. At least got a shot on the 3 ball. I don't think the 7 goes in the side. If the 7 goes in the side, that makes a huge difference.
I don't think it does.
It doesn't go by the 14 in the corner or the 8, so.
And the 3 is not a gimme.
No, and then really the 3 pushes the bottom of the 7 into maybe a little bit of an unknown position. So even if he's got half a pocket on the 7 right here in the side going by the 10 and the 13, I think he's still got to do it. He's got to take it down now. Great shot.
Wow,
Great
that
shot.
was. We didn't even think it passed. That did it. That wins this game.
Yeah, and a little bit of concern again, though. Him waiting so long to take care of a little bit of trouble, but right here he may have not had much choice. So don't take your eye off anything here. He's got to come out with a little inside English, 2 rails to the center.
Perfect.
He's got a little bit of that walk, that Shane Van Boening walk that I'm used to seeing when he's starting to feel a little better. And we've seen some mistakes by both players, but now I think at 4-4, you'll see them both settle in, and it's just going to be a matter of who gets the shots and the opportunities to run out. And Corey's definitely not going to change his break. It's
No, it's been successful.
very successful. It's just a couple misses he's had, and maybe a decision or two that Danny and I haven't totally agreed with. He's made 2 stripes. And look at this. Even though there's a cluster there, I think the 12 goes by the 4. 11's a little bit of an issue. I'm not so sure it goes by the 1 in the corner.
Well, try to fall on that 13 while you still got the 14 there.
Yeah, and that way, if you can do that, it may not go the 12 as Danny was talking about. It may not go by the 4, and that's the problem. If it doesn't go by the 4, that's the issue. I'm not sure he got to where he wanted there. I think he wanted, he's going to shoot the 11 to open with the 14. The 12 must not go. He's going to draw this back just 4 or 5 inches. Play for the cut on the 11 to go into the 4 and 3 and open the 12.
Yep, and he's got the insurance ball.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, even if he would love to just go right dead full into this 4 and just knock the 4 away and open the 12 for the lower right. He doesn't really have to move a whole lot to really produce.
That's what's going to happen. Don't miss.
Yeah, and that's what he did. A great
Perfect.
shot. He's still got a lot of work, though. You'll notice the 8 doesn't go by the 6 on the side. He's got the upper right corner, but he's got to play a nice position on it. He doesn't want to be shooting it from a long distance. So he can pull this ball out if he wants with low left, shooting the 12 in the same pocket. He should get a little angle to just guide up that side rail there to have the 8 in the lower right, the upper right, excuse me.
He's fine now.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of expected, both these players to recover after a few mistakes early and really play a solid match from 4-4 here.
Good out.
And these are the kind of outs that we've seen in the first few days of the event that Corey just has gotten out at a super high percentage, you know, where he does have an available opening shot, but there's still a lot of work to deal with, and he's getting it done. Now, after this match, we'll have a short break, and then back at 7 o'clock, we have Dennis Urculio, who's 2-1, in a pretty decent position overall. The next match will not eliminate him if he was to lose. And when I say eliminate, I'm just talking solely from the playoff. He's playing Jason Shaw, who is 1-2 with an early victory today over Darren Appleton. So just a big match for those two coming up at 7 as well. Jason fighting for his life to stay in to where he's got a possibility of getting to the final. Watch the 2 balls behind the 1 go towards the side pockets. He made them both. Watch the cue ball. Wow. And we have seen some unlucky kisses these last few days. Huh, Danny?
Sure have, but I'll tell you, when the cue ball's flying around on the break, pockets are available. That was a little unlucky, though. He broke them very well.
Yeah, he took 2 kisses, one that sent him to the right if you're looking at your monitor, then another one that sent the cue ball all the way back across to the left and in that left side pocket. So, yeah, I like the stripes here.
Oh, they're much the best.
Yeah, you never have to go back down table. You'll notice the 1 and 3 are down there. Well, if you take the solids, you got to play on 2 halves of the table, and with everything open, he can just stay on 1 half of the table with the stripes, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Just got to draw.
I don't see any problem at all here.
No, draws cue ball back. Corey's not a slow player by any means, but he isn't the fastest in the world. But you won't see him take much time to clear these last 5 here. That being the 13, 10, 14, and then 8 in the lower left-hand corner. Got to be aware of that 3-ball. We are playing all ball fouls.
Good speed. Good angle.
Yeah, he can play for the side or the corner here. I'm sure he'll come
I
for the
think you play
side.
for the side
Yeah, so much easier a shot.
because of where the 8 is. Well, now he might have to play it in the corner.
Nah, he'll just throw it in and hold his ball.
It's pretty thin.
Yeah, it's a little thin, I guess. He could play for the corner.
Yeah, I think you do.
I personally like corners more than side pockets. It feels like a more natural way to play the game.
And you got a bigger pocket. You know, you could brush the rail and still make it.
Yeah, especially with that light speed. Really opening up the pocket. And now with a 6-4 lead and breaking after a really unfortunate couple kisses on the break there with the scratch. Yeah, we're going to get a good look at those couple kisses.
Yeah, let's see that break again.
Yeah, really hitting them great. Maybe a hair off, but not much. It wasn't like the cue ball was going towards the side. A little bit, right? A little bit, but then that kiss and then another kiss right there. So not much you can do about that. You'll see he made a pretty good connection. He made like 3 or 4 on the break, so.
Yeah, I know what you could do about that. You got to forget it and play your next inning without that on your mind.
Yeah, but in the electric chair a little bit now for this game at a 2-game deficit, and he's got to watch Corey break and maybe extend it to a 3-game deficit. So.
Yeah.
And Corey's had a number of different paths of the cue ball coming off the second ball. We'll see what happens here. He doesn't want it to dive low of the rack too much. Wow. He's smiling about that one even. He caught it a little thin. That cue ball really dove towards that lower left-hand corner. And again, he's made one of each.
Good timing.
Yeah. He keeps doing it, though. He keeps having options. Not every time, but at a high rate. And not only is he playing great, but if he keeps having it to where he has options on which one he gets to pick, he's going to be really tough to beat. You were saying, Danny?
Yeah, they're not sitting great right now here. You got work to do.
Yeah. Besides the starter, I kind of like the stripes. So I think he's going to go silence though. He must feel there's a way to get not only the 7 open but the 3. I like the 14 and falling on the 12.
Yeah, so does he.
Yeah, because you'll notice the 10's open, the 13's covered up, but the 10's open. So that'll make it to where you should be able to get the 13 open with the 10. He's going to have a little bit of a risk here. He's going to have to collide with either the 9 or 7 to open these balls, and really still he has to produce a shot behind it as well.
I think going into the 7 is less of a gamble.
Well, and you get to hit that with a top English, so making the 12 becomes a little easier, but if he catches that 7 real solid, he should push it down and maybe have a shot on the 10, but he may not get another shot on like the 9 or the 11, so we'll see. But the 9 does go up in the upper right, so he doesn't have to get it for the upper left once he moves this ball. Yeah, like so. You see,
I like that.
Yeah, you see how he has the 9 in the upper right now?
Right.
So he's still got to get at that 13, though. Looking at your monitor, once the 10's removed, the 13 does not go by the 5 in the upper corner. But it does go on the side. There is a side pocket there for it.
Yes, there is.
So if he can knock this 9 away, shoot the 10, fall on the 11 to where he can come right there for the 13 in the side, that may be the way to do it.
Well, he got on the 10.
He could have used a little straighter on the 10 maybe, but...
No, he's okay because in shooting that, what is it, the 11? In shooting the 11, you're going to glance the right way to shoot the other ball on the side.
Yeah, the 13 should be the last one he shoots at, I think. He could shoot the 10 and try and come across and fall on that 13 right now, and if not, having the option on the 11. I wouldn't fault him if he does that. He'll have to cue this with a little inside English now and use his speed to fall right behind that 13 in the side. Like so. What a great shot. What a great shot.
Yeah.
I know he got a little further away from it than he wanted. He may have to elevate now and go into the 3 with the cue ball. He's gonna catch the 3 with the cue ball with top English too, but the problem is the 6 is there. So he can't go follow this and catch the 3 and let the 6
No, you can't follow it.
him.
You got to draw it. Just don't miss. You're going to have a chance to get out.
Yeah, he's got to come with one, though. This is not an easy shot, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not.
Coming in at a small angle, cueing off the back rail, and he can't hit it hard. He's got to hit it somewhat like less than medium. Great shot.
Good shot.
Corey Deuel just doing everything he needs to do to get out on these tricky ones.
Yes.
And he's going to have to probably take a little bit of a cut or a little bit of a long shot on this 8 as well, just because I think he'll follow out to where he has a gap between the 6 and the 5. Can't underhit it, can't overhit it. He's got enough room. Right, I think one rail across. I think he can cheat the 4. Oh, he went with a hard inside. And that's what I was talking about. He may have to shoot this from a little more distance than he really wanted.
He's okay.
Yeah.
I think he'll make this. He's feeling good.
Yeah, and I like his thinking. Let me get the shot on the 8. Let me make sure I get a look at it. Using not every bit of the pocket, but a lot of the pocket, and a nice out there to take a 7-4 lead. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is day 3 of the 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. We're in our 10th match between Corey Deuel and Shane Van Boening, with 2 more coming up later this evening at 7 o'clock and 9:30. Shane really up against it, not only trailing 7-4, but if you look at the records next to their names on the monitor, Shane with a 1-2 record, he's not going to get in the final with 3 losses. So starts here with this break. He needs to break and run out, or at least get a win here on his break, however that may come. He's made us solid, and I'll tell you, he's breaking the balls. He's just not getting any clusters at all. So it's just a matter of getting a shot he can make. He's got a shot on the 1. It requires some stretch with the bridge, or maybe he can lean over and get to it. One thing he's worried about is, what am I colliding into with the cue ball?
Right.
Other than that, I don't know if he can get at the 3. It's close. He's got a shot on the 7. It's a little tougher than both the 1 and the 3.
I think he's looking at the 3.
Okay, yeah, he can get at it, and I agree with this. You want to make sure you start with something fairly easy, and the cue ball's not going to get in trouble. And you notice the 1 goes by the 15, so he wants to really play the cue ball on the right side of the 1. That way he doesn't have to interfere the cue ball coming off the 1 and going into the 9 and 12. You'll notice that side of the table is very clear.
Right. Pick the balls away and don't hit anything.
Yeah, he can shoot this 2. The only thing about the 2 is don't bump the 8 in the way of the 5, and then that'll give him a nice angle on the 7 to drop on the 1. Well, I thought it would anyway. He could shoot the 7 in the side. Now he can pick the 6 off and still have the same thing. Just pinch it back a few inches. Have a nice angle on natural angle on the 7 to get to the 1. Okay, he had a little more angle. So we'll see if he goes forward with this. I like drawing this to the clear side of the table.
I think that's what he'll do.
Well, he must not have
Not yet.
Yeah, well, he just must not have felt great about that. He didn't have a lot of angle.
Oh, he's got a great angle now to go one rail.
Yeah, stay away from that 13, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
Doing everything he can there. Break and run out at down 7-4. Now making it 7-5.
Good out, and he needed it.
Yeah. He knows he's in Corey's fate.
He's shaking his head. He doesn't look real happy, but
well, no, he knows.
He can't be.
No, he knows he's got to wait on a Corey miss, right?
Right.
Okay, last time he caught it a little too thin, diving that cue ball towards that lower corner. You don't want to do that. That's more of what he's looking for. And again, did he make one of each again? Wow. This will get old if you're his opponent, I'll tell you that. And just from the initial shot, you got to like the stripes, and not only that, the 11. Anytime you need to break, that ball hanging always gives you an element of insurance when breaking the balls open. Does he go up for the 12 now? Does he? I don't know if it's available or not. It's close.
No, you'll be shooting the combination if you do that.
Well, I think he's going to shoot a combination anyways and just brush this 15 open right here. I think. Now the 15 does go in the side. That's a small angle in the side, that being the right side.
But if he shoots the 13 right now, he's going to move the 15.
And that's what I like. I think he can hit it easy enough to hold the 13 up over the pocket and still rush these balls just ever so gently. Doesn't need a lot. Doesn't want to hit it hard, I don't think.
No.
He made sure he caught the top side of that ball he was making on the combination, that being the 11. That way he knew that 13 wouldn't go up the table. It would stay on the bottom rail. Falling a little unfortunate, kind of straight in here.
Yeah, he's got tricky position to play. You don't want to be shooting the 9 from up there.
No, and he'll roll the 15 in the side before he does that, I think, before he shoots the 9 from a long distance.
That might be the right shot. Uh-oh.
He's okay.
He's got to shoot the 9 right now, I believe.
He's a little elevated. Well, no, the 15 in the lower left, right, Danny? I think the 15 in the lower left is pretty
thin
easy.
Hit.
Yeah, he's close enough, though. He should be very accurate, and then he can gain an angle on the 9 in the center of the table. He'll come 2 rails out just below the 4 ball. The cue ball pass should be just right at the 8, but just fall about 1.5 feet, 2 feet short of the 8, something like that.
Well, don't get too thin on the 9. He's fine.
Yeah, he's good. Now he's got to think about, where do I want to come across to get on the 8? And really, there's not too many bad places, as long as just don't flirt with getting over that 2 ball. be very aware that 2 ball is there. So don't let the cue ball fall forward when you come across and you get over that 2. Okay, and he was very aware of that, Danny.
Yeah, now he's got choices. He can shoot the 8 in the side pocket or the 12 is. Well, he could shoot the 8 in the corner,
Yeah,
too.
it goes by the 2 also. So he'll just try and come straight out, try not to avoid this, not to hit the 7. To avoid hitting the
Perfect.
7. And again, I'll tell you what, if Corey keeps making one of each, I think he becomes a huge favorite to win this event. I just love his 8-ball game first off, and like I said, he knows something that he's doing with that break to where he's got a good chance of making one of each.
3 games ahead, that's pretty big.
Yeah, he's getting out on the simple ones, and then again, he's also getting out on the difficult ones, the ones that require not only some 8-ball knowledge, creativity, and hard work. Now Shane returned the favor, making one of each here with no clusters. Man, really just no problems at all here. The 8, maybe, if he takes the solids, the 8 could be a little bit of an issue getting shape.
I think he'll take the stripes.
Yeah, the stripes are easy. I mean, I can't say easy. I mean, he's got some work, but definitely doable. Both of them are very doable. I mean, he can play for the solids very easily, too. Taking care of those 4 there, then getting somewhat full on the 3 for this lower right corner, and then having the 2 to get on the 8. I kind of like those, actually, maybe. Looks very doable. If he shoots the stripes, he'll probably pick off the 10 first. Maybe drop on the short side of the 15. It's not a tough shot because you're going to be close to it. But more looking at the solids, I think the solids are pretty easy.
Yeah, the solids might be a little better, but
A little less work, right? Besides
Right.
the 2 getting to the 8. You just knock
Right.
the 7 in, float up for the 6 on the side. Then pick out which one's better for you to get full on the 3. So,
yeah, he didn't make his mind up yet.
no. And he gets 90 seconds after the break to get one down to declare whether he's solids or stripes. But I think this is going to be a little bit easier route and a little bit more chance of being mistake-free. Yeah, so shoot the 5, hold for the 1 to come out on the 6. The 6 makes it real easy to get full on the 3. Draw to the rail and out here, or is he just going to hold it? Okay. Yeah, I think this was the best route. I know the 8 looks a little funny, but you'll notice he's got an 8 in the side or in the lower right-hand corner. Yeah, and that looks he's a little thinner than he wanted there, that's for sure.
He wanted to get straight in on the 6, but he didn't.
No, and really, that's the side that Danny talks about. You got to err a little bit. Well, you could handle erring to the other side a little bit, meaning, you know, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Now, this side, if you miss on the short side, and it's not much, but it makes it to where you're moving the cue ball into them balls.
Well, he's got to shoot the 3 now.
Yeah. He could hold that and go past the 3 with the cue ball, but now he'll shoot the 6 and draw back into position on the 2. And if you didn't notice, that's one of the incredible attributes of all these great champions is how they recover. And this is the side pocket I was talking about earlier. He not only has that side, the lower right-hand corner as well. Now Shane doing everything he can to stay in this match, but we know as well as he does that he's going to have to rely on a mistake from Corey at some time. A mistake, a dry break, and maybe get trapped off the break to where Corey can't run out, something like that. Of course, we haven't seen that situation from Corey. It looks like he can't get out, and he gets out.
That's how you win tournaments. You got to get out on the ones that look like you can't get out, and the ones that look like you got it, get out.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a timeout at the table, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in a crucial match of day 3 between Corey Deuel and Shane Van Boening. Corey with an 8-6 lead. And now the break. He has a chance to get on the heel, which is huge. He'll have a couple breaks to try and win the match if he can do so. And he made the corner ball up, the stripe up in the corner. Does he have a shot? He's got a thin cut on in the side on the 9, and other than that, I'm not so sure anything else he can play, Danny.
Yeah, you're right.
He may be able to twist the 13 back in the upper left. I can't quite tell if he can get at it. Yeah, he can. Oh, you like this cut shot more than the other one? This
He's
is
gonna hit
super
the
thin.
6.
Well, not only that, he could fall to the end rail here, or we had a scratch on us. Oh, he's drawing it. Okay, he's going to try and slow the cue ball down off the 6 by putting a little draw on it. Great shot. Great shot.
Oh, look at that.
He's got the 14 in the side. So, again, really doing everything he has to do. He's got the 10 also in the corner doing I mean, now this just opens up. He knocks the 10 in. He wraps around the 2 ball, right, to shoot the 14 in the side. He's got the 11 in the corner, 9 in the side, 13 in the other side, and then a pretty easy position on the 8. So really just that opening shot, clearing things for Corey to really have a crucial opening to get on the hill, Danny.
Yeah, it looks like there's nothing going to stop him.
And earlier, kind of what we talked about, that being a few mistakes early, but really both players have settled in, and now since about 4-4, we haven't seen any mistakes other than an unlucky scratch with 2 kisses on the cue ball by Shane. That was on the break. Now you just roll this in and go forward. Now if he's a little off angle, he may draw back for the same side pocket. I would rather just roll forward. I know Corey,
So would he.
yeah, he feels the same way about that. You're always going to be much more accurate going forward than you are doing something backwards, that's for sure. It's like throwing a ball in front of you or throwing it behind you. Which one you're going to be more accurate at? Now, I may draw this one back just so I don't have to contend with the 6 at all. I may get a little more cut, but who cares? I don't want to have to worry about that 6 ball at all. And now from a pretty simple, now just a simple 8 ball to get on the hill. And great shooting again. We've said it over and over, right?
He's playing so solid.
And for the most part, he hasn't had to change his initial plans about the rack very often. He's had to create at times, of course. But just overall, real solid.
I'll tell you, he's impressing me.
You're a hard guy to impress, probably, too.
I am.
You probably set the
You're
bar
right.
very high, right?
I do, really.
No, you should.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, Shane, I think he feels like he's going to get to do his job whenever he gets to break. He's going to get the job done, but it's just a matter if he has the chance at any time to tie this match by having Corey not break and run out. All right, he's made a strike. Looks to me like the 15 goes.
Yeah, that's it. It's the only one.
Well, I'm not sure if the 14 goes by the 3. You'll notice the 11. He's going to have to play some type of a short side position, most likely on the 11. He could make it after the 7. The 7's deep enough in the hole. He's going to have to shoot this 15, which he's a little thin on. And he's thin on it, so he's asking himself, what can I do coming down the table with this 14 and 11 right now, since I'm thin on the 15 anyways, and the cue ball's going to have a little travel to it. Is there anything I can do for myself getting on this 14 and 11 right now? If not, he'll try and maybe slow the cue ball down by running into the 5 maybe, or I don't think he wants to try and kill it with English. Would you, Danny?
No. This might be his last inning in the 8-ball tournament here to have a chance.
Yeah,
Wow, he almost overjuiced it.
Yeah, he's going to have one more match regardless, but...
Oh, yeah, but it won't matter except for the 1,000.
Right.
He's eliminated from winning the tournament if he loses this match. And he's in a good spot to lose it. Deuel is on the hill, and Boening needs 4 games. Tough to beat a player like Corey 4 in a row.
Absolutely. Now, looking at the previous matches, Shane defeated Joshua Filler. He lost to Dennis Raculio and Darren Appleton. So Shane will have something to say about maybe someone else's outcome here, and that would be Jason.
Be the spoiler.
Yeah, that would be Jason Shaw if it comes about in the final match for him if he goes on to get beat here. So there's a lot going on in these round robin formats that is a little hidden at times. And he's taken so much time just because of this 11 and 14. He really liked to figure that out before he continued.
Where are you going?
I don't know. He's not getting anything here besides a tough shot.
Oh, he's got the 11.
The 14 does not pass the 2 in the side. I looked at that earlier.
Doesn't go in the corner. He's got the 11 up the far corner.
Yeah, but he's still going to have short shape on that 14 if he does get to it at all. Like Danny said, though, first things first. Not only that, where's he? Okay, he's going to try and go into the 14 right now. Just a little bump. He's got to hope he doesn't bump it behind the 2.
Hope he doesn't miss.
Well, that for sure. Great shot. Great shot. And I think he's got a pocket for the 14 in the upper right as well. And if he can hold his ball, he can hold his ball for the 13 because he does need a little angle. You'll notice the 12 does not pass the 4, so he needs a little angle on the 13 to get over on the 12. Oh, he's going to go to the 12 now. I didn't know that was available. I thought he had a little angle, so. But now he's got the 13 in the side and an easy 8-ball.
Well, he wanted to get straight in on this ball.
He'll just have to ease it in or kill the cue ball, one of the two. I don't think he's as thin. I think he's not as. Is he forcing this? Wow.
Yeah, he didn't like being there on the 8. Look at that. He overcame it.
And I think he's a little baffled by the speed of the table at times. Also, it seems like to me, he's like he expected that ball to come off the end rail just a whole lot more than it did. Now Corey Deuel with a 9-7 lead, winning the lag. So Corey will not only have this opportunity to break and win the match, if it happens to go hill, he'll be breaking there as well.
Yeah, tough spot to be in, Bamboni. Your opponent has 2 breaks at least to win the match.
Black 17, Corey breaks on the hill.
He's making that corner ball again. That's one solid he made, and look at this again. The solids are out and available. The 1 does go on the side. The 6 will pass the 5 as soon as he moves the 5 here in a second.
Yeah,
Really
it could be over.
Yeah, no issues again. Yeah, he's just got to get to the back of the 1 towards the end of this run. He's got to remove the 5.
Yeah, that's the first shot.
Yeah, and he may go ahead and if he does that, he may go ahead. Well, let's have a look at the 8. The 8 doesn't pass the 15, I don't think. So that'll determine, and it may go by, but that'll determine if he gets to the 1-6 real quick or not.
Well, at any rate, he's got to shoot the 5.
Yeah, he's got to open the alley for the 6. The 7's available, but he can pinch this cue ball back. He'd like to take the 3-4 away and then shoot the 7 and go up to the 1. I think that's what he's going to do here. Get rid of the 3 and the 4, then drop behind kind of where the cue ball's at now for the 7, and then have a nice angle to go up table and get on the 1. That'll offer position to just fall behind the 6 in the lower left-hand corner. So here he's just going to bounce off the rail, and he's going to come across and get pretty close to the 4. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, and he'll just pull his ball here just on the other side of the 11. Main thing is he doesn't want an overhit and get straight in on the 7 or on the bad side of it. So just anywhere past the 11 will do. Stay off the rail, which I don't think he can do anything but stay off the rail. Okay, he played for more of a cut. Okay, there's
well,
no.
he didn't want to gamble.
He wanted to guarantee a little bit more.
Right. Better off getting too much angle than none.
Yeah, he'll check this up off the end rail with a little bit of left English. Making the cue ball come towards the 1 ball. And if he gets close to him, he may end up, I don't think he's going to get close to him, but I'm saying if he wanted to play, he could play to where he got a little closer and maybe shot the 6 first. You never know. Like, say he got a little flat on the 1 and it was a little funny angle or no angle to where he had to draw the cue ball back at a tight angle into that side.
Okay, you want to get straight in on the 6 now.
Yeah, and again, he'll check the cue ball up with a little bit of right English. That way he doesn't get just totally on top of it. Or does he have to draw out of here? Well, that makes a difference.
I hit the rail.
Yeah.
See, he got the bad angle.
He can hold the cue ball up, though, I think. And
Yeah,
it does barely pass by the 15. It does barely pass by the 15. But again, with the opportunities, Corey Deuel doing everything he needs to what looks like chalk another victory up here. And you got to give a lot of credit to Corey, that's for sure. But just those 2 opening misses in the first 2 games really set a little bit of tone for this match, wouldn't you say, Danny?
Right, but I'll tell you, Deuel is playing solid. He's taking advantage when he needs to, and he's using good judgment in running the balls.
Yeah, and a great shooting again by Corey Deuel. He's going to go on to a 3-0 record, and Shane Van Boening, we're going to have him back tomorrow in our final day, but essentially eliminated from the playoff final with a 1-3 record. Well, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our afternoon session. Stay tuned for the 7 o'clock between Orcullo and Shaw, and then we'll wrap the night at 9:30 with Deuel and Young Filler. I'm Jeremy Jones with ACCUSTATS Video Productions, joined by Danny Diliberto. Thanks again for joining us, and stay tuned.